Blaze versus Loras and Kyna. There it is. There it is. There, see, removed the AoE hit with no secondary targets from the Crown Princess. It was right there. January 31st. It happened this year, less than 6 months ago. I was right.
Do commentary while I read.
Okay, going on to the match that's right now. Kyna opening up with Teros, going with Loras on the Kaya against Godly and Blaze. Godly opening up with Val, so it is Gauntlet Legend number 60 million, right? But like one of them is going to be out there from Godly as we go into this best of 5, and we're opening up on Fortress of Lions here for game number 1.
It feels like I've been watching Godly and Blaze for a long time, but we really haven't. They've only played in 4 tournaments this year, 2 of them being official tournaments.
Yeah, but they won almost everything.
Yeah,
right?
they won both of it. It just feels like we've seen this team for a long time, but there's actually no history. As Blaze gets knocked out first here, there is no history between these 2 teams, even though we would have expected that. Although, because Godly and Blaze recently hooked up.
You can't really have that much history with South American teams because every single tournament they go into, they switch their teammates.
Yeah, like logically it makes sense, but like in my brain it'd be like, oh, surely they fought at least once before. But no, because, okay, double knockout there, full team wipe. Blue team's still going to be in the lead here. Kyna's going to be looking for a weapon, waiting for his iframes to expire.
It is noteworthy that Godly and Blaze have become a staple name so quickly after like the culture shock that was Acno and Blaze separating. But they have done that very quickly going into the beginning of the year. And it happened so recent ago that it was around the same time that Zariel lost neutral sig on Bo.
Look, the way you presented it was misleading. I'm just going to say that. The way you presented it was misleading.
You found it in patch notes, it was 804. The way neutral hits, hits both of them off the side of the stage there. What's Kyna going to be able to do here? Sideline to side air, no, Blaze dodges straight in. The ground pound actually punishes the down sig from Blaze. Interesting decision. It's the first time I've seen it get punished in that way. Blaze is usually so careful and so mindful with that down signature. Godly getting knocked out of the side of the stage now as well. Can Loras get this extra damage to the Blaze? Looks like he can. Could go to the edge guard too. Pogo into recovery. Blaze taking so much damage on this last stock. Delight side air,
chase off the side.
Blaze. Oh, the stomp to punish the recovery. Sidelight, gravity cancel sidelight. Doesn't catch him in there. He's trying to get the dodge in reads. Blaze was dodging in a lot off of those spear sidelights.
There's the recovery, not KOing off the top. They do get Kyna. There's the neutral air from Godly.
Great juggle.
Still behind about the exact same lead that happened when Loras and Kyna lost their first stocks.
Yeah, the only weak link here that I'm seeing is that Blaze took a lot of damage at the very beginning of this. Let's see if Godly's able to make up for it. But Blaze being, like in game 1 of the Fiend U set, right? When the support player is the one that's taking the most damage at the start, doesn't really bode that well. Let's see if Godly's able to pick up the slack, but no, instead he just adds more damage on the Blaze instead of helping him. Now that downlight disarms Godly, they continue to weapon starve. Kyna and Loras look like they're in complete control over this game. Blaze gets hit by recovery. Godly now in the 1v2, and Loras is chasing him with those nairs. Kyna looking for a stomp to be able to end the stock here, and Godly actually hits him out of the way with a down heavy.
Loras was unarmed, so he moved over to the weapon spawn. Couldn't punish Godly after he went into the dash and down heavy. Oh, nice ground pound, splitting up the blue team, but Loras was in the perfect spot. It's like he wanted that ground pound to hit him. A couple notable legend choices here, though, based on what we were talking about earlier. Blaze is going in with the Ulgrim, starting right away with that. Godly is on the Val, not the Rayman that we saw
Blood
previously.
Gauntlets.
Blood Gauntlets, still, of course.
Like that's the core for
so absolutely not a surprise, but something a little bit different than what we saw previously. And then Kyna already starting with the Teros rather than going in with the Barasa.
With the Barasa, and we were talking a lot about how the Barasa was having a lot of success yesterday, and so we're just seeing some changes. And I'm sure that the Barasa would have came back if it didn't work out, but they're just trying it with Teros and Kaya at the moment, and it looked great. So let's see what they're able to do here in game 2. Blaze and Godly have got to get some adjustments into this game if they want to be able to take a game if that sideline there comes through, and Kyna and Loras actually take a good amount of damage here at the very start of game 2.
Except there was a little bit of an interruption that came out from Godly. He ended up hitting Blaze with the recovery that kind of allowed the blue team to escape what could have been much worse. Okay, multiple dares coming out. Yet again, coming in with another one.
Stop sider in the meantime to
Kyna's giving him the room to keep doing it.
And now they can get the landing here. The weapon throw stops him from neutralizing Blaze.
That's the dodge.
Stage. Godly gets sent flying. Kyna really down here on the way back to the stage. No. Gets the neutralite, takes Godly down, and Blaze gets neutralized into weapon throw, into weapon throw, into weapon throw. Loras gets it takes him down strictly with throwing the weapon at his head. An amazing edge guard coming out. But Loras hit like what? His combos was 6 down airs and 3 weapons.
Yeah. What a nasty edge guard. First on the right, then on the left. I don't know if anyone can match that freak, Tazza.
Oh, down sync pressuring him to go up to the top of the stage. Kyna taking a ton of damage. That weapon throw alley-oop comes through, and Loras actually drifts off the side of the stage just to be able to help Kyna out sooner. Knew he didn't have the resources to make it back and didn't want to waste all that time. Gets a fresh bow, and now they're back into the game 4 stocks to 4.
Tactical stock loss, and Godly and Blaze are not in a bad position whatsoever. They both just caught a hit there, one from Kyna, one from Loras as well. The juggling coming out. Loras immediately moving in, but Godly was able to jump and get above the side signature.
Kind of getting that neutral hit onto Blaze. Godly gets him with the neutral signature coming out from Lorez, but kind of sent flying. Lorez trying to get the stock. Blaze goes for the knockout onto Kyna, and that recovery sends him flying. Another landing coverage here could be huge, but Blaze makes it back down. Lorez continuing to juggle.
It's interesting that Lorez is like hitting with a neutral air into the air and then not chasing further with the recovery. He's like, okay, you're gonna come back down to land. I'm gonna let Kyna handle you. Go deal with my boy.
I think he wants to be in range close enough to be able to help Kyna out rather than go so far up to chase Blaze on what's not a guaranteed knockout. Because now they are technically behind by numbers here. Lorez and Kyna against Godly and Blaze. Gets that neutral light. Let's see if Godly's able to avoid any more damage here while Blaze is carried back to the stage by his sidekick.
He has a lot of room on this map. The soft platform helping out a little bit, but also the giant skybox that he can kind of float around in for a while as Blaze comes back in. He's coming back in with the Lance. He's able to get a weapon fairly quickly. Godly has to worry just a little bit. He's not too far behind everybody else, taking a nair there. Kind of has his sights set on him. The D-Sig not hitting anyone, gets interrupted by Blaze.
All right, Godly taking a lot of damage here. Suddenly the Snyder, Blaze came through that stair while doing a lot of damage to Godly, did save him. The weapon throw from Kyna accidentally interrupted the knockout on Godly, but they managed to secure it anyways, and now he's going in for the team combo to Blaze. Double D-Light Snyder, Kyna dropping a few follow-ups with Hammer there, looking a little sloppy, but that's okay. They still have a good lead here against Blaze, and if he can't get this weapon, I don't think he's got a chance in this 1v2. Kyna throwing out some nairs, keeping the weapons denied. Neutral Light will take him down, and they go to match point here in the Elimination semifinal.
And they felt confident enough, specifically Kyna, to keep throwing those weapons, even if they ended up hitting Lorez, because the more important thing, the #1 priority was keeping Blaze away from a weapon. I might interrupt your flow just a little bit, I might do 1 point of damage to you, that's not a big deal whatsoever, because the most important thing is making sure Blaze cannot touch a weapon.
And now what will Godly do? The Val is the most likely thing to change in this team comp. I don't think Blaze is going to break out the brim to deal with this competition from Lorez and Kyna. And they haven't even forced Kyna over onto what I consider his primary twos pick right now, which is the Barasa. Ateros has been doing it, so we're going to go into game number.
Is it Rayman?
Game number 3.
It is Rayman.
So this is what we talked about at the beginning of the set, and now he's going to be bringing it out here into game number 3. They have to win 3 games in a row to stay in the tournament. Loser of this is out at 4th. Winner of this goes to fight against Using Fiends to have a chance to fight Java and Fakey in the grand final.
Let's see what Godly's able to do with his axe here. He already hit a 2-piece combo onto Kyna. Kyna over on the edge. Godly hitting a neutral light. Kyna could be in trouble here. Instantly target swap over to Lorez while Kyna's recovering back to the stage. Then back to kind of splitting up between them. Godly's axe is looking great so far.
Yeah, Axe is putting in a lot of damage on the Kyna. Could get a recovery or a side air knockout on the Kyna, but sidelight recovery from Lorez is going to be the first pick up for the blue team, and then the end sig accidentally hits Kyna, so Lorez takes out his teammate. Goes 1 for 1 there in the fray. Blaze the most at risk of going down next. Sidelight from Kyna. Side air could knock him down. Lorez makes it back onto the stage, picks up a fresh spear, and is right back into it. Gets hit by the haymaker. There goes Blaze. Can Lorez follow afterwards, or is Kyna going to do a good job defending him? So far, so good for the blue team as they take the lead here in game number 3.
Godly was trying to avoid as much damage as he could. Then Blaze spawned in, he went back into the fray, and actually is taking quite a bit of damage on his second stock. Does have to be careful, he's in the orange. He's doing his best. I haven't seen too much from the gauntlets yet. He started off early, really strong with the axe. Unfortunately, towards the end of the stocks, he was just hitting down airs when he needed to find KO options.
Falling down air does not work out. Gets hit by the recovery there. Some friendly fire comes through. Lorez not going for the recovery on the Godly, and Godly just makes it right back to the stage, picks up the axe. A little bit of friendly fire there on the Blaze, and that sidelight puts off the side of the stage. It's a slow but steady lead for the blue team there as they get that side sig. Will kind of go down at the same time. Lorez goes for the save, and Blaze can't get the side air afterwards. Then the D-Light ground pound. This could be the edge guard coming in from Lorez. Double D-Light save though, or interrupted. I think Godly ends up hitting Blaze during all of that. So yeah, Lorez not able to get that knockout.
Yeah, that was a great save there on his teammate. Now Godly by himself for just a little bit. Lorez, they're both chasing him into the air. There's the recovery coming out from Godly. Not enough to take Lorez off the top. They got to get the second stock from Lorez.
And now Kyna is tacking on some damage. Sidelight, some nairs, goes up for the recovery. Neutral light from Blaze. Recovery from Lorez, disarms Godly. New weapon spawn comes through, but the side stick takes him down.
Oh, I didn't think he'd get up.
I don't know if Blaze can do this 1v2. Let's see what he can do.
It's going to be really tough doing this with Lance. You're not able to rely on that sideline neutral air because you're going to get punished almost every single time you do it. Sayers, he's been getting punished a lot on those as well. Even those neutral lights, there's a D-Light into the side air, kind of chasing behind. They're not able to find what Java and Fakey did earlier, but they don't need it because Lorez is that good to clean it up, giving them the 3-1 victory.
Lorez and Kyna making quick work of Godly.
Oh, it was a 3-0. Was it a 3-1 or a 3-0?
It was a 3-0.
It was a 3-0.
It was a very fast 3-0. Kyna and Lorez are going to be moving out on to top 3 elimination final to fight against Using Fiends.